Hello and welcome everybody to another presentation of Hard Hats TV here at the Firecracker tournament. Today, our second game of the day of our quintuple header is going to be Next Level Baseball 2024. All the 2024s from Next Level Baseball from Asheville, North Carolina. They made the cross-country road trip out here. I understand they got to see some of the sights, got to go around. They even got to tour Charles Schwab Stadium in Omaha on their way over. Got to go to a Buc-ee's, the whole deal. So they're going to be doing that. We are live with this game, Next Level Baseball versus Premier West. Premier West, a club team from Arvada, Colorado. The Denver area, just an amalgamation of Denver area talent. They lost their first game 10-0 last night against the Post 22 Hard Hats. They're looking to get their first win. Next Level won their game 11-0 over Papillion in their opening day. So they did that in 6 innings. They're trying to get to 2-0. They would be the second team to do so. Pueblo got a close one against that Papillion team earlier today. They got their second win in an 8-4 win just a moment ago against Papillion La Vista Post 32. So both teams have played them. They get to play Premier West now. Premier West will play back-to-back games. They play against Next Level Baseball now. And then right after this, they get to play against Missoula, who is 0-2. So they'll get to do that in a moment. I'll give you the starting lineups here. I got them. If you're gonna notice, look at the scoreboard. Yep. Both of those are the jersey colors. You have the bright red jerseys here for Next Level Baseball with the white pants, and for your Premier West baseball team, they've got also bright red jerseys, but they have gray pants. So it's red on red. Don't know how that happened, but it did. We'll see how this plays out. We've got several people here watching, some expos. They'll get to play one or two of these teams while they're waiting on, or filling in for Rock Canyon, who was unable to make the trip and canceled on the tournament. So there you go. I'll give you the Next Level Baseball lineup. So leading off for Next Level Baseball, who is going to be hitting first, or they'll be hitting second, sorry. They're the home team in this one. I guess I'll give you the other lineup then. So Premier West, their lineup is going to start off with left fielder Toby Trujillo will lead them off, followed by center fielder Dalton Berg, third baseman Mateo Rose. Then designated hitter Nate Hutchison will be at the cleanup spot. Batting fifth will be batting fifth will be right fielder Noah Carrillo, followed by shortstop Kenji Bray. Then at the 7 hole, second baseman Max Trujillo, brother of Toby. Then first baseman Brennan Gunter, who was the star of last night's game on the hitting side of things. He will be batting eighth. And the catcher Nolan Engel, who relieved the starter Kenji Bray for a significant portion of the game last time, will be the catcher and batting ninth. And Tony DiRienzo will be pitching. So the first three for Premier West are left fielder Toby Trujillo, center fielder Dalton Berg, and third baseman Mateo Rose. Then the next three, designated hitter Nate Hutchison, right fielder Noah Carrillo, and shortstop Kenji Bray. And then the bottom three are second baseman Max Trujillo, first baseman Brennan Gunter, and catcher Nolan Engel with Tony DiRienzo on the mound. Now for your Next Level Baseball lineup, they're leading off with third baseman Andrew Quarter, followed by shortstop Eli Shin. In the 3 hole will be the right fielder Bryce Meacham, and then the hard-hitting RBI machine first baseman John Gonzalez will be cleaning up, followed by the center fielder Chance Jennings. At the 6 hole, we'll have the DH, Drew Nelson. He pitched a little in relief last game. Then he was the starting pitcher, last game. Then second baseman John DiBenedetto will be batting 7th. The catcher, Garrett Stackhouse, will be at the 8 hole. And finally at 9 will be left fielder Logan Chafin with Cole Walters on the mound. So the first three for Next Level Baseball, third baseman Andrew Quarter, shortstop Eli Shin, right fielder Bryce Meacham. In the middle three, first baseman John Gonzalez, center fielder Chance Jennings, and designated hitter Drew Nelson. And then the bottom three, second baseman John DiBenedetto, catcher Garrett Stackhouse, and left fielder Logan Chafin with Cale Walters on the mound. The managers are coming out to exchange their lineup cards. I'm going to try to tally up some stats between what these guys have done in their games so far. Andrew Quarter recorded 3 runs last time. He did reach on 2 errors, though, so a little bit strange in that respect. Okay. Okay, John Gonzalez was the star of last game. He went 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs. All 3 of those hits were singles. Didn't seem to matter too much, though. By the way, they both have navy hats with red brims as well. This is just a colossal disaster of identical uniformship. That just never really happens. Yep, NLB Cale Walters. John DiBenedetto played great defense last game too, and went 3 for 4 at the plate. Getting 3 RBIs and a double. Here at Stackhouse, he came in as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 6th. He flew out, so he's 0 for 1. And Logan Chafin went 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch. He did score 2 runs, and one of those being the game winner, I believe. He also stole 2 bases, so there you go. Cale Walters has not played yet. Now Toby Trujillo went 1 for 2. 2 walks. Then where's Dalton Berg? He went 1 for 3. He did have the big 3-run double to score the only runs of the game for Premier West in that game against Post 22. Again, our practice pitches real quick. Okay. So, coming up to start off for Premier West, they have the left fielder Toby Trujillo. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Oliver Fell. You're watching Hard Hats TV. In the top of the first pitch delivered is going to be a strike at the top of the zone. Good pitch there. This is the pitcher, Cale Walters. Pitching to Trujillo. Trujillo, the leadoff man, was 1 for 2 in the last game with 2 walks. He fouls that one off. Now down on the count 0-2. He reached base 3 out of 4 times against a very hard Declan Mickley, Aaron Roach tandem that struck out 9 batters in 4 innings of work last game. That's going to hit him in the back, so a plunk will put a man on first to start things out. And that brings up Dalton Berg, the center fielder. All right. Taken low. So 1-0 now. Walters was ahead in the count there, but squandered it with a hit by pitch. Flown up into shallow left. The left fielder calls for it and drops it. He falls to his knees. It comes out of his glove, coughs it up. There was a little bit of a problem there with the shortstop. That is Eli Shin and Logan Chafin having some miscommunication. Then Chafin lost the ball, I guess, or dropped it in some way. That'll be error on him. And that'll put another man on. So 2 men on, nobody out here in the top of the first for Premier West. Walters looking for his first out. Popped into shallow center. Jennings says, mine, and he gets it. So out number 1. Jennings not taking any chances with that one. So now Nate Hutchinson up, the cleanup man. He's a designated hitter as well. Last game, though, he did go 0 for 4 against the Hard Hats. He's trying to get his first hit of the tourney with 2 men on. Base is looking a little dirty for the cleanup man. Right-hander Walters. I'm going to deliver. That one is hit hard and deep into the gap in left center. Jennings gets it. He's able to track it down near the warning track, and that'll be out number 2. That was a very hard hit ball. In all likelihood, went about 365, maybe 370. But we have some pretty hard dimensions out here. It's 393 to the furthest part of left center. And there's pretty high walls. Anyways, that is out number 2 on the fly out to Jennings. Now coming up is Noah Carrillo. He is 1 for 4 for the catcher. He did have a double last game. Ball taken by Carrillo at the shoulders. Grounded. No, it's going to get through. So it gets through the gap. Coming around to maybe go to home. It gets away from the catcher, backed up by Walters. And the throw will allow the man to reach second on a single through the gap. First run scores, Premier West on the board first. That dribbler just got through in the right place just barely fast enough to get by Eli Shin at the shortstop position. That'll score Trujillo, move Berg over to third, and the throw home was able to get Carrillo, who got the RBI single, over to second on a fielder's choice. Kenji Bray now up. He started out the last game for Premier West on the mound and was a designated hitter as well. That's grounded over. Shin kicks it, and coming home will be the runner. They throw back to third. They got him. So the third out is recorded, but another run comes across. They're able to get Carrillo at third, get the final out there, but another run scores as Dalton Berg comes in on the error by Shin. So, to recap that inning, Premier West, they get one hit. They score 2 runs, neither of them earned. There were 2 errors, one on Eli Shin, one on Andrew, is that Andrew? No, Logan Chafin. And then finally, there was 1 man left on base. So it is now 2-0. Premier West jumping on to a quick lead that I was frankly not expecting. Premier West gives themselves a good early start. Next Level Baseball will start off their campaign. They got 2 runs in the first inning of their last game as well. Their offense, electric, led by John Gonzalez, Bryce Meacham, Eli Shin, and recently, at least yesterday, John DiBenedetto. Andrew Corder will lead them off, the third baseman. Remember, all players on this team, North Carolina, from the North Carolina area, and they are all 2024 graduates, meaning they're juniors going on their senior year. They've played together for some time, I would assume, as the class keeps on elevating. Look at that. I see Chance Jennings is running back from maybe the bus or something with a bag of batters' helmets. They might have forgotten them. It's a long trip. I do see the cowboy hat in the different cowboy hat than yesterday. Yesterday it was a red, white, and blue America cowboy hat. Now it's just a normal black top with a light brown trim around the edges. I think that's Cornbread Bradley in there wearing it. So, first batter here being faced against Tony DiRienzo. He throws off the plate for ball 1. Porter went 0 for 1, but did get a hit by pitch. Or he went 0 for 2 and got a hit by pitch in the last game. So he did score 3 runs. He went 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch, but there were several errors that mounted. He reached first on a pair of errors and scored on both times. So that's off the plate, looking at a 3-0. 2 players from Florida as well. Nice. Oh, happy birthday to Andrew Corder. That's fantastic. Hope that that's a strike. So yeah, well, happy birthday to Mark Corder, dad of Andrew Corder. Hopefully Andrew can hit him a dinger for his birthday, give him a little present and a win here in their 1 game today against Premier West. He gets a leadoff walk. That'll bring up the shortstop Eli Shin. Eli's error allowed the man to reach first, allowed the second run to come across at the end of that inning, though he did recover himself, throw to third, and get the out on Carrillo. That's a strike right down the middle, so 0-1 now, still no outs. The left-hander Shin getting set. A 1,500-mile road trip embarked over 2 days between Tuesday and Wednesday for this team. They documented their trip. 1-1. They went to some of the sites around here. I'm assuming they went to Rushmore because they went to Bear Butte National Park in Sturgis, and the Sturgis and the big, mess hall in Sturgis for the motorcycle rallies, a true monument to what would be considered a sports bar. That's, of course, made so large because of the world-famous Sturgis motorcycle rallies, the biggest motorcycle rally in America, out there in Sturgis, South Dakota, maybe 10, 15 miles away from Rapid City. 2-2. Shin! Hard hit ball up the line and foul, so 2-2. He comes back. DiRienzo, the lefty, getting set. A substantial leadoff from Quarter. They're going to make sure he stays honest. They're going to Mount Rushmore today. That's great. Well, hopefully they can go with a smile on their faces with a win here, but they're down 2-0 at the moment. Strike 3 called. A good located pitch there by DiRienzo. First K of the day for either team, I believe. Yep. And that'll be out number 1 in this inning. The pitchers for next level, at least the starter last night, Kenji Bray, got blown up for 6 runs in the first 3 innings, though not a lot of them were earned. That's going to get down, headed for second is Quarter. The throw going to be handled, but not in time. So, wild pitch will advance Quarter to second. Coming up now is Meacham. Bryce Meacham, left-handed right fielder. He is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a run, and a walk in this tournament, batting 66%. On the ground, Quarter's taking off. They're going to throw to third, not in time. He's able to get to third on another bouncer. That one didn't even get away from the catcher. Some great base running puts the man right on the edge of getting home. So 2-0 to Meacham. A ground ball to the right place or a fly out, a bunt, anything could bring home that run. Meacham hits it hard into center. It's going to be caught. Coming home is Quarter. He will be safe. So 1 run scores. Next level gets on the board. Out number 2 recorded on the fly out sac fly from Meacham. That brings Meacham up to 3 RBIs so far in this tourney, putting him towards the top of the leaderboard. You know who is at the top of the leaderboard? This guy, John Gonzalez. He has nobody to bring in, but he went 3 for 4 yesterday with 4 RBIs, a pair of 2-run singles, and 2 runs of his own. So 2 outs. DiRienzo throws one low. A little bit of an advantage here. Right-hander Gonzalez going to go up against the lefty DiRienzo. Southpaws are just kind of tricky overall, though. 1-0. Smashed right back up the middle. There it is. He's 4 for 5 on the tourney. John Gonzalez gets the single, and this inning continues. That's his 4th single. He is batting 800 in this tourney. He definitely showed up here. So now, coming up, the center fielder, Chance Jennings. Jennings went 1 for 4, but did have an RBI in the last game. Take it high and make sure that Gonzalez isn't going to take off. Normally, I would be like, it's a first baseman. Why are you so worried? But with this team, it seems like everybody's got speed. Smacked into left. That'll be a single. It's going to be handled well by the left fielder, so everybody will stay. But another single on 2 outs, back-to-back singles here for next level. They continue the inning, 2 men on, and bringing up the designated hitter, Drew Nelson. That's the thing. You see the bases empty with 2 outs, you might be like, well, it's kind of the end of the inning here. I'll get ready for the next one. Nope, you keep on fighting, keep on hitting. That out is still all yours. It's as much of a situation as 0 outs. That's taken high. So 1-0, DiRienzo trying to get out of this, holding on to that 2-1 lead. Drew Nelson pitched 5 innings, got the win, and 6 strikeouts over that 5 2/3. With no earned runs in the 11-0 win over Papillion yesterday. He's now hitting for the first time. Thank you for the like. If you're enjoying this, give it a like. It'll help other people see it, especially people from your own community who have not been over to the channel before. It should regionally recommend within the algorithm. So 1-0. Stretching out a little, trying to keep himself loose. Man on first and second. The first baseman, the lead runner. Center fielder at first. That one is hit, skied into left. The left fielder going back for it, makes the grab. So that'll be the inning. Handled well by by Premier's left fielder. That is Toby Trujillo. So we exit the first. Next Level does put up a run in the bottom, and after one frame, we are looking at a 2-1 game. Premier West on top by 1. To recap that inning, though, for Next Level, they had 2 hits. They scored 1 run. That run was earned to the pitcher, DiRienzo. There were no errors, and 2 men were left on base, making it 2-1. So we're back here for Premier West. The bottom of the order, the 7, 8, and 9 will get their turn. Though this is a part of the order that kind of gave some trouble to the Hard Hats when they played last night, especially freshman Brennan Gunter. So I'm sure that all of you seem pretty active in the chat and whatnot. I was unable to find any official commitments from anybody on the team. Is there anybody that has signed or done a verbal? I know that they're all juniors going on seniors. They all got time before signing day, but I don't know. Is there anybody that is committed to a second level or a secondary education program? Some sort of, college JUCO academy kind of situation? Tell me in the chat if that has happened. I'm sure there are plenty on this nationally ranked team, but most of them, I'm sure, are still considering their options. So they finished out the inning on an error. There were 2 errors that kind of opened the door in the first. One on Eli Shin and one on left fielder Logan Chafin. Meacham's going to ULM, Louisiana Monroe. Nice. Grounded right up the middle. Second baseman DiBenedetto throws to first in time. So out number 1 recorded. Not all of these are 2024. Some are graduated. Okay, I just saw 2024 on the name and I assumed. So, okay. And Meacham. Okay, all right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, Monroe's going to get a good one here. That one is lined hard and out of play. That was a hard hit ball. We're looking at a 1-1 count now. I believe that would make Meacham the lone D1 player in this tourney. That one hit along the line just a little bit foul. So we go to 1-2 now. Yeah, I believe that'd make him the lone D1er. There's plenty of D2s. That Pueblo team that is 2-0 currently on top of the standings that you guys, that Next Level Baseball will play tomorrow at 4:30 in a great game. Hopefully both teams 2-0 at that point. Or regardless, it'll be a good game. That's that CSU Pueblo team carrying 3 players from the Colorado State Pueblo University Thunderwolves of Division II on their team. So plenty of D2ers. There's plenty of NAIAs, some Dorts, somebody from Northern State on the hard hats, all of that. Plenty of players going to college, but I believe that'd make him the lone D1er. Popped up in the infield. The third baseman going to run into the catcher. Not quite. Okay, he pulls off. It's handled well by Nelson. Or wait, not Nelson. That is Garrett Stackhouse for the second out. So quick work of the first 2. Nolan Eagle now up. He's going to get hit first at bat. The freshman went 3 innings, only allowing 4 runs against the Hard Hats last night. He smacks it up the third base line, handled cleanly, throw to first in time. So 1-2-3 inning there for for next level against Premier West. They will go into the bottom of the second with a chance to take the lead or tie. But Premier West definitely happy they got those runs back in the first, capitalizing on those errors, because that was a pretty dominant inning of pitching from Cale Walters. Pine Grosbeak sings its song, standing on the wire here. We do have a live and flourishing community of birds here. Finches, sparrows. Of course, this pine grosbeak is very talkative at this moment. Some chickadees, the whole deal, because there are some little crevices here in the sides of Fitzgerald Stadium. Maybe behind some of the floodlights, I see some birds and whatnot. I see a chick set up in a nest behind one of the lights here at Fitzgerald Stadium. It's calling for some food. I see it, but there's a very large bird thing. So let's just say nobody really has to clean up the popcorn here at Fitzgerald Stadium in Rapid City. We've got natural cleanup guys for all of that. Chance Jennings is also going D1 to Winthrop. Nice. Big South, very good at basketball. Gotta love them. They were nearly nationally ranked 2 years ago. They started out something like 22-0, though an unfortunate first round exit as a 12 seed against Villanova happened there for them. Taken low. This is hitting now is John DiBenedetto. He'll take ball 1. He went 3 for 4 his last time up. He got a double, 2 singles, a run, and 3 RBIs. He had a great game out of that 8-hole last time. He is now up to the 7 and looking to keep going. He's batting .750 in this tournament. Also playing a very good defensive second base. He forced a pair of double plays last game and made a great out on a lining hit from a Papillion player. So 2-1. Smacked up the line, handled cleanly. Good grab there by the premier first baseman. That's the freshman, Brennan Gunter. That'll be out number 1. So a hard hit ball right to the wrong place, handled well by the Premier West player. And now it is first out is recorded here in the bottom of the second. So Garrett Stackhouse going to take his second at bat of the game, or of the tournament. He yesterday was pinch hitting for the pitcher, or pinch hitting for the DH in that game. He went 0 for 1 then. That is going to be taken for a strike. So 1-1. me see who he was pinch hitting for. He was pinch hitting for the designated hitter, Hatcher Maddox. So 2-1. Maddox not in the lineup today. Stackhouse is. He'll be batting 8th. 0 for 1 so far this turn. It's 2-1 here to him. Popped, foul, and out of play. So 2-2 now. D'Arienzo is looking pretty good so far. The left-hander showing some confidence and poise on the mound for Premier West. Grounded foul. Remains 2-2. I see Gonzalez tasked to go run into left and retrieve the ball. He gets it. All right, 2-2. One strikeout already recorded looking for D'Arienzo. That one is popped into left, handled cleanly. So out number 2 recorded. Both go down in order, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter Logan Chafin. Chafin went 0 for 2, but did get a hit by pitch, came around on an error, and scored 2 runs with 2 stolen bases. I do hear a siren. We're going to ignore that. Trust me, it's not a tornado. Not a tornado. We have the clearest skies we've ever had in Rapid City right now, as you can see. We are right next to a military installation, though. We are right across the street from military, some sort of place there. I don't know the exact name of it. We are not that far from Ellsworth Air Force Base, one of the largest Air Force bases in America, out in Box Elder, about 20 minutes from the stadium. Anyways, the siren has stopped. So 2-1. Pitch, taken away. So 3-1 now. Something cool happening here, obviously, with pretty much all of it. American Legion Baseball, obviously. Legion is a veterans program. They allow us to play all of this under their umbrella. All veterans with military ID get into the tournament for free. No tickets required. We want to thank you for your service. So full count now here to the left fielder Chafin. He got a walk last game. He smacks one into left, right to the left fielder. So 3 hard hits, 3 outs recorded. D'Arienzo knocks him down in order. We go into the top of the 3rd. Score is still Premier West 2, Next Level 1. Almost parallel innings. The 7, 8, and 9 go down in order on a ground out, a fly out, and a fly out for Next Level. And then for Premier West, their 3 went down in the top of the inning on a ground out, a pop up, and a ground out again. 1, 2, 3. So that brings up the top of the order now for Premier West, and it'll bring up the top of the order for Next Level when we enter the bottom of the 3rd. So top of the 3rd upcoming. Walters coming out for his 3rd inning of work. He has 2 runs allowed, only allowed 1 hit, and neither of those runs are earned to him. I do see a player out there in a boot, seemingly with some sort of, at least foot fracture of some sort. I myself am a coward and my sport of choice was tennis. I played 4 years of tennis, got to varsity my senior year for a game or 2. At the end of it, was very good. I went 12-1 as the JV #1 doubles team in a year with my partner Krish Karakar. So I did that. I have not broken any bones. I like to think that as I get some support on my college from my mother, that I did save her a significant portion of money, not only in no hospital bills past the age of about 3 with like an ear infection or something. No hospital bills for me, and also didn't have to pay for any car insurance even to this day. Got to avoid the 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 18-year-old boy rates that are so large on car insurance because I don't drive yet. Sure I could in a pinch, but Anyways, there's a little side tangent. We're going to go now to Premier West. The leadoff man, Toby Trujillo, back up. He reached on a hit by pitch on an 0-2 count his last time up. So 0-1 here to Trujillo. Taken low, so 1-1. Can't remember if it's Virginia or North Carolina. I'm just thinking about Radford. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So behind in the count now is Trujillo. This is not where he excels. He's reached base forward after 5 times he's shown up, but he got 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Walters throws one that bounces, hits the umpire in their padding. Good throw back to the pitcher there, so now 2-2 count. Thank you all for tuning in. Walters trying to keep this game just a 1-run game here. The 2-2. Taken, strike 3, top of the zone. Good pitch there. Walters locates, hits the edge, and that'll be out number 1. That is Walters' first strikeout of the game. That one comes looking to the leadoff man, Toby Trujillo. That'll bring up Dalton Berg. He reached on a dropped ball and left his last time up and came around to score on an error by Eli Shin. Takes a ball outside corner. Good pitch there. Walters painting right now. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Just about took him off his feet. Berg really took a hack at that one. 0-2 now. Pitch. Delivered a little bit high, but good on the x-axis. So 1-2. Pitch. Grounded. Hard over to Gonzalez. He makes the grab. He'll step on first. He trots over there. He steps about a step before the runner would. Kind of gives him a little bit of hope. And then stomps on the bag for the out. So out number 2. That is 5 consecutive batters retired by DiRienzo. Now Mateo Rose is going to come up. Mateo plays a very good defensive third base. At least that's what I saw last night against the Hard Hats. Made some highlight plays out there at third. 0-1 now. Taken inside, 1-1. Rouse wearing 43. I would argue that's the only number on this team that they share. Because the next level team wears some very odd high numbers. Swing and a miss, strike 2. On some sort of dipping, maybe sinker splitter situation there from Walters. That was not a pitch I have seen all that often, though. A breaking ball, not a curved ball, not a changeup. 1-2. Pitch. Hit back up the middle. Shin grounds it, makes the out, and that'll be out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning yet again. Good work from Walters. And Premier West unable to get a man on for the second straight inning. Now, next level, still looking to tie things up. DiRienzo will come out for his third inning of work for Premier West. In that inning, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on base. Same situation in the second to make it to keep it a 2-1 game. Coming up now is going to be Andrew Quarter trying to do something for Mark's birthday. He represents the 1 run on the scoreboard for Next Level Baseball. He reached on a walk to start things out. Then he reached on then he took second on a wild pitch, took third on a wild pitch, and took home on a sac fly. If he could do that again, it would tie things up here for the Next Level Baseball team. There's an undoubtable energy around this next level team. They've got a lot of camaraderie. They've got a lot of, I would say, showmanship out here. A ton of personality in that group. And here we go. Catcher going to come out. Tell DiRienzo he's doing a good job. He has held this team to 1 run so far this game. It was earned, but all in all, that's still pretty good. A lot better than the Papillion pitcher Tina Apgar was able to manage. Ball off the plate. Good eye there from Quarter. That's a wild pitch. Nobody on to move, but 2-0 now. Quarter would happily take another walk. Taken high again. 3-0 count to Quarter now. He is not biting. Chance to put the tying run on the bases here, as a 3-0 is going to be delivered by DiRienzo. Puts one in the zone, so 3-1 now. It was on this exact count that Quarter walked his last time. He calls time in the pitcher's upswing. I think he has a little bit of a scratch on his face, or an itch on his face he needed scratched. He does so. He's now set up to set for success now on the 3-1. DiRienzo delivers. High. He'll take it. So another 4-1 walk, 5-pitch walk issued by the pitcher DiRienzo to Quarter. Quarter reaches base yet again. We'll see if he can come back around the bases and score. He does have 1 stolen base in this tournament. He is leading the entire tournament with 4 runs to date. That is hard hit into right. It gets down. It takes a hop coming. He's going to stay at second. Nobody to cover the bag to make sure he does, but a single recorded there. Good hit there from Eli Shin. Hard hit ball, able to get down. It was, if it hung a little bit longer, that right fielder likely would have been able to make the play, but he held up to make sure he caught it on the bounce. So DiRienzo going to get a little bit of a talk. I doubt he's going to get pulled. He's pitched a 1-run game with 2 hits now, or 3 hits now in this one. Meacham, as I just found out, a ULM Warhawk commit. Big fan of DJ. No, never mind, wrong one. That's ULR. UALR. Okay. ULM. There's somebody I liked on their basket. That's unfortunate. I had the name a minute ago. I'm a big college basketball fan. That is my favorite sport. Baseball probably number 3 behind professional football and college basketball, but I run a relatively large Twitter account, 16,000 followers, with endorsements from Mark Cuban and Joe Lenardi. That is NCAA buzzer beaters and game winners. Cataloging every big play there. Winthrop had quite a few of those this last year and a half. And I'm excited for that to come back around. But we have quite some time till that. Bunt shown, throwing to third. They don't get him. Successful steal from Quarter. He's able to slide in, touch the bag, and a double steal works out. Shin takes second, Quarter takes third. His second stolen base of the tournament. And Meacham now with 2 men in scoring position in a 2-0 count. He has 2 RBIs to his name, or 3 RBIs to his name so far in this tourney. He hits that, flares it into the bullpen and left. And so now we face a 2-1 count. Patrick Good, one of the better Winthrop players I can remember. He hit a couple. Swing and a miss. A little bit behind that one. That'll be 2-2 now. Meacham shakes his head, makes sure that he's locked in for the 2-2. DiRienzo does have 1 strikeout so far. So far this game, it was looking to Eli Shin in the first. That is grounded hard over to second. Fielded cleanly, and the throw to first in time, but that'll score the tying run. So the second run of the day here for quarter. That'll be out number 1 in the bottom of the third. Game is now tied up, and Eli Shin looking to be that go-ahead run. He's standing right there on third with 1 out. Meacham gets his 4th RBI, ties Gonzalez for the most in this tournament. So Gonzalez now up with a man on. He has never failed to bring him in. He's batting .800 in this tourney right now. They're playing infield. In. That's called ball. So 2-0. Gonzalez with that lime green shooter sleeve on his right arm. See some other people here with it. I noticed Jennings also wearing one. That is popped up and out of play. 2-1. Shin is over there on third. 2-1 count. 1 out here. A hard hit grounder or a hit into the outfield or just another hit for Gonzo would do the trick to bring home this go-ahead run. He swings on one, gets it past the plate in second baseman. That'll score Shin, and he is up to 5 hits on this tourney. 5 for 6 now is John Gonzalez. Next Level takes the first lead of the game. They're up 3-1 now with 1 out in the bottom of the third. That's one where it was hit really hard, but the second baseman had no time to react because he was playing in. That brings up Chance Jennings. Winthrop commit, apparently. Taken high. So 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike there. So on some sort of breaking ball, able to get Jennings to whiff. 1-1. Last time Gonzalez got a single in the first, Jennings followed it up with a single of his own to right. Oh, time called right as he's about to deliver DiRienzo. That's the second time this inning. You have to wonder if any of that's intentional. Probably not. But it would definitely mess with the pitcher's timing and rhythm. You're allowed to take as many times as the umpire is willing to issue. Going for second is the runner. He'll come back. So Gonzalez was going to take off, trying to steal a base, but the foul ball will bring him back to first. Jennings, 1 for 1 on the day, 2 for 5 in the tournament so far. Taken in the dirt. They're going to throw back to first. Gonzalez safe. He was just able to get his second hand on there. The first one came off as he started to roll, but it was able to put the other hand back on. The tag applied late by Gunter, and so Gonzalez is safe. 2-2 count now to Jennings. Hits his leg. He will turn around and take it. So man gets over to second. Now 2 men on with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Bringing up Drew Nelson. His flyout ended the last inning. It would not in this situation. Seeing as Gonzo was willing to take off for second just a minute ago, I would think that there's a possibility of a double steal here with Jennings. Quite speedy on the base paths. I've seen him play the outfield. He's a very fast guy out there. 0-1. Nelson fouls that one off. 0-2. Nelson wearing the number 97. Last time players from 1997, born in 1997, were playing in this. Were playing Legion Ball, would have been 2018. So 5 years ago. No, 2017. 2017, because you have to be 18 at the start of the season to play 18 under. And it's only 04s right now, so. In the dirt, Gonzo's taken off. The throw to third, good, but able to keep his foot on. Great work, Gonzalez, showing his coordination there, able to slide that leg and keep it on. So a double steal successful. Gonzalez takes third, and Jennings takes second. So no out, or 1 out, and 2 men on for Nelson. He grounds it over to third. They're going to make sure Jennings doesn't go anywhere. They throw to first now. Just the 1 out. They're not going to try to get Jennings at third. Coming home is Gonzalez. That'll give Next Level another run. They now lead 4-2. So RBI ground out from Drew Nelson. Now, Jennings over there on third. A wild pitch would almost certainly bring him in, but does he need it? They're going to come talk with DiRienzo. He's allowed 3 in this inning, all of them earned. They are going to relieve him of his duties, just 2 2/3 innings pitched. And Premier West will come out with a different pitcher. I believe that pitcher coming out of the bullpen right now is trotting in. Looks like a number 8 to me. Let's see who that is. AJ Mata from Arvada West High School will be coming in now to relieve Tony DiRienzo. DiRienzo finishes the day at 2.2 innings pitched, or 2 2/3 innings pitched. He has 4 earned runs at the least. He could earn Jennings from third, and he leaves with 1 strikeout. So coming in is Mata. Benedetto is batting .600 in this tournament. He went 3 for 4 yesterday with 2 singles and a double. He did ground out to first in his first at-bat of this game. But that's the man they're trying to get out here. Stop Jennings from scoring from third. That would give the Next Level team a 3-run lead. And with the pitching that's going on right now, I'm not sure that that's going to be a feasible lead to come back from. John Benedetto getting a little bit of a talk there from a coach. And he's set. The lefty steps into the box. If you're watching with Premier West or just want to watch more baseball here for your weekend on Hard Hats TV, coming up next will be Premier West versus Missoula. Missoula comes in 0-2 to the day after losses to, who did they? They lost to Rocky Mountain. That one grounded over to first again. That's the second hard hit ground out for DiBenedetto up the line. That must have worked in the other game, but Brennan Gunter not going to let it past him today. So out number 3 recorded. 2 runs come across. Jennings is stranded in the top or in the bottom of the third. Next level makes it a 4-2 ball game. They lead by 2 runs. To recap the third, next level baseball they got 2 hits. They scored 3 runs. All 3 of them were earned. There were no errors, and there was 1 man left on base, making it 4-2. That brings up the heart of the order for Premier West. They're 4, 5, and 6. Leading off for them is the cleanup man, Nate Hutchison. Out for his 4th inning of work, Cale Walters. He's pitched an all-in-all good game. Both of those 2 runs scoring on errors. That's cool. You see a coach out there. The first base coach is taking the BP catching, or the warm-up catching pitches. He does so. Often you see a backup catcher or something, but right now you see you see a coach willing to get his hands dirty, put on a glove, and go catch some practice pitches. That's nice. Out comes the real catcher, Garrett Stackhouse.
At the plate will be number 14, Nate Hutchison.
Hutchinson skies that one deep into center. Underneath it, Jennings makes the out. So out number 1 on the first pitch. And it's the second fly out to center for Hutchison today. He is now 0 for 6 on the tourney. That brings up Noah Carrillo. Carrillo got an RBI single, the only hit allowed here by the pitcher Walters in this game. So he had a go-ahead single back in the first inning. He'll face a 1-0 now. He's 2 for 5 on the tourney with a pair of singles. Also got out at third after Eli Shin made an error but threw back to catch him off the bag we'll just say an odd situation. 2-0. Grounded over to third, handled cleanly, throw to first in time. So out number 2 is recorded. That is now 7 or 8 straight batters retired by Walters. He has been cooking since the first, only allowing the 1 hit so far. No base runners allowed in the last 2 2/3 innings. That's a strike. Walters delivering well. In the dirt. 1-1. Taken low. Good eye there from the batter, Kenji Bray. Bray reached on an error, or hit to the shortstop, which was bobbled. That one is chopped on into center. Going after it is Jennings. He gets on his knees, unable to grab it. Bray's headed for second. The throw is good, and they got him down. Jennings might be on his knees after getting down there and missing the catch in center. He makes up for it. He guns down Kenji Bray, trying to take an extra base, and that'll do it. So an error will be assessed to Jennings, but he more than makes up for it. He still records the out. So, going into the bottom of the fourth, Premier West now trailing for the first time 4-2. Coming back out for a second inning of work is AJ Mata. He will face the 8, 9, and 1. So Garrett Stackhouse, looking for his first hit of the tourney, will lead off this inning. Still a 2-run game, anybody's game at this point. Next level, trying to put it out of reach.
To the plate will be number 89, Garrett Stackhouse.
So Stackhouse going to get to face Mata for the first time. Strike issued. 0-1. Mata facing his second batter. That is smoked up the line and foul. So hard hit ball will go foul. 0-2 now. Stackhouse behind in the count. Mata searching for his first strikeout. Quick pitch. He gets him! A quick pitch able to catch Stackhouse off guard. You don't see that too much, but Mata snuck it by him. That'll be out number 1. Called strike 1 on Chafin. So he's behind in the count now. That is going to be smacked into left. So a single is what happens there. Chafin gets his first hit of the tourney. And he will reach first base here, bringing up Andrew Quarter. Quarter is 0 for 0, but he has a pair of walks, both against the previous pitcher. That is DiRienzo. So Chafin having a... he does have 2 steals so far. He had both of those yesterday. Take it high, ball 1. Quarter doing a great job at taking balls. He drew a 5-pitch walk both times he reached base, or both times he was up and he reached base, came around to score on both of them too. Going off is going to be Chafin. He's taking, and they say he's out. He took his arm off to try to dodge the tag, and they got his arm as he was reaching it out. So out number 2 recorded on the base paths. I believe that was a ball. I believe it's 2-0, yeah. So Chafin goes down. Quarter, empty bases again. He's used to this. The leadoff man has done this twice. He came around to score both times he did. In the dirt. So 3-1. That would have gotten Chafin to second without all the hassle. had he waited a little longer. Three one. Fouled off. So count runs full.
Please return foul ball to the designated booth.
The payoff pitch. Taken on the outside. That's the third walk of the day for Andrew Quarter. He's doing a great job watching those balls. The umpire also calling a very good strike zone at the moment. Haven't had any controversial calls so far. Eli Shin now up. He got a single in the last inning. Got to watch out for Quarter. He did steal third last time. He was on the bases, hit sharply to short. They underhand to second, make the out. Oh, Quarter, a hard slide into the back of the second baseman. He says, I'm sorry, I was just trying to get to the bag. They make up, and that'll be the inning. So, ground out there will end it. To recap that inning, one hit, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, one man left on base. And it is still 4-2. We enter the top of the fifth inning with Next Level leading 5-2. And Premier West looking to get their first base runner since the first inning against Cale Walters. Walters pitching great after a immediate hiccup at the start, which was not entirely his fault. He will face the bottom of the order again. Last time he did, he got all three out on a ground out, a pop out, and a ground out again. Thank you all for joining us for this presentation of American Legion Baseball in Rapid City, South Dakota for the Firecracker Tournament, 49th Annual. I see the Missoula Mavericks bus is parked on the far side of the parking lot. They are up next. They will play this Premier West team in about 30 minutes after this game ends.
At the plate, queen number 5, Max Rulo.
No, I don't know. I mean, probably 15 minutes before 2 if it actually runs early, but this has been a pretty quick game so far. So Max Trujillo, he is 0 for 4 in the tourney, looking for his first time on the base paths. He grounded out to second last time up. De Benedetto put him out. Popped up, and coming in is Gonzalez. Calls them off, makes the out, and that'll be out number 1. That is now 10 straight batters retired. No, technically there was an error on Jennings, but then Jennings made up for it with a gun down at second, so I don't really know how to score that. So the P3 gets out number 1. Now Brennan Gunter up. He was the star of last night against the Hard Hats. The only man to get a hit off of Declan Mickley before the 4th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Gunter has not struck out in this tourney so far. And it's not as if Walters has been going for that. He only has 1 K, and that was looking back in the second. 1-1. Or sorry, back in the third. One is going to be smacked into shallow right. Good play. De Benedetto able to range out. He makes it. He makes a spin, throws it over to Gonzalez, and able to frustrate Brennan Gunter, who thought he was going to get to first. De Benedetto ranges, gets a high five from his teammate Meacham and right, and makes the out. He has played a tremendous second base so far this tourney. So Nolan Angle now up for the second time. It's 0-1 count now. Walter's really just settling into a perfect rhythm. That's going to be, just to prove me wrong, a spiked ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss. The freshman Angle a little ahead of that one. The delivery. Just about tipped by the hitter Angle on a breaking ball. I gotta say, Walter's showing a multitude of pitches. He seems to have quite the arsenal. Seen some sort of sinker, I've seen a curve, I've seen a changeup, I've seen a fastball. That one is going to be hit sharply into left, and it'll get down. So a single, the first single, Jennings drops it a little, runs, picks it back up. But the first hit of any kind off of Walters since the first inning. And so Engel gets on base with a single. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Toby Trujillo. Trujillo has struck out and walked. They're going to come to Walters. Maybe to conserve him, maybe not. They're going to ask for the ball, I think. Maybe. Or they're just going to tell him, you got one more out here. Either way, they didn't give Drew... they didn't give Drew Nelson a ton of stuff himself. They are going to pass the ball off. So, the least short, Cale Walters goes 4 2/3. He has 0 earned runs. He strikes out 1. So all in all, a good day. He will be the pitcher of record here. He would earn the win if the lead stays with Next Level Baseball. That'll bring in a relatively normal number, I think I saw. It's another lefty. .78, so not a normal number. Our media guide is really bad at showing these numbers out here. If you all probably know 78, please feel free to put it in the chat. Not taking chances here is Next Level, though.
Taking the mound for Next Level is 78, Academy.
Oh, I have it on my sheet. I have it on the scorecard. Forgot about that. So that is Casney, aka Ryan Casney is coming in to relieve Cale Walters. There we go. So still 2 outs in the top of the 5th.
Coming into place, number 3, Toby Trujillo.
Not 12 strikes. I don't even know why it lets me go over 2. Strike 1 issued by Casney. So 0-1 now to Trujillo. Trujillo got a hit by pitch on an 0-2 and then struck out looking, the only man to do so against Cale. That was not a strike, just a little bit off the plate. That looked pretty close to me. Gotta remember about Engel on first. That's a really good ball. Never mind. So I thought that hit the buckets. Alright, so taken low. There's a lot of good nicknames going on here. I've seen the 2 relievers that have come in are Buckets and Cornbread. telling him to take some deep breaths. I don't know why he did that. A bouncing ball is swatted at with the hand of Toby Trujillo. That couldn't have felt good. I don't really even know why he did it. But he puts his hand out, blocks it. Now 2 men on with 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Tying run is on first. Strike right down the middle. That's a very fast fastball. Comes from an interesting arm slot too, over the shoulder, extended arm, taken off of the plate, outside fastball. Very similar to what you would see with Josh Hader, if I were to compare to an MLB player, that kind of arm slot. The 1-1. Taken low. It ends up having some sweeping action as the ball goes across the zone from the batter's perspective. And I mean, it fools people on the video game, I guess. Taken off, so at 3-1. It also fools people in real life. Josh Hader, a great reliever. So, Buckets, Kasny in danger of walking the bases loaded. The batter there, Dalton Berg, tried to play it off. Now the full count delivered. That's just a little bit inside. So bases are loaded here with 2 outs. All of a sudden, Premier West getting a chance not only to tie, but maybe even take the lead if they get a double or something. So some control issues immediately apparent with Buckets Kasny. Back-to-back walks issued. It'll bring up Mateo Rouse. There's somebody good from Golden, Colorado named Rouse. A hit by pitch will bring in a run. So with 2 outs, the hit by pitch brings in 1, an RBI hit by pitch. Kasny having some trouble out there. That brings home Engel, the man who got the single that brought Kasny in the first place. The tying run now 90 feet away. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to the cleanup man, Hutchinson. Well, the bases are all dirty for him, but he is 0 for 6 in this tourney. Popped up, not going to be playable. It's going to land right here. Actually, went a little bit further than I thought it did. So 0-2. Just taken a little bit high, 1-2. Kasny in desperate need of a strikeout. Delivers. Outside off the plate, taken by Hutchison. One more strike here would end the inning. That's in the dirt. So from an 0-2 to a 3-2 and a couple pitches, Hutchison would take a walk happily and tie this game up. This is a pivotal moment in this game here. Full count, payoff pitch. Taken low at the knees, so that'll tie the game up. Premier West, all on 2 outs, has been able to get the bases loaded and walk 2 men around. Kasny seems a little anxious out there. And brings home Trujillo. So 3 walks and a hit by pitch so far for Kasny. Brings around 2 runs, all on 2 outs. And it'll bring to bat Noah Carrillo. Well, this the complexion of this game is completely turned upside down. Premier West now in an opportunity to take a lead, give it back over to their reliever. The man, the starting pitcher, Cale Walters, no longer would be eligible for a win. I might add that Kasny's still looking for his first out recorded. Pitch taken off the plate. Premier being told to relax. In the dirt, 2-0. At this point, I'm not sure that there's any sort of swinging except defensive swinging from this Premier West team. That it doesn't appear that they're too worried that Kasny will get him out otherwise. That's a strike. Was taking it the whole way, though, for Carrillo. Two one, popped up and foul. So 2-2. 2-2 count. Just one more strike to end the inning. And one more hit to break it wide open. It is fouled and out of play. The at-bat will continue. Two-two. Delivered. That's a strike three. It hit the edge of the plate. He finally gets out of it. 2 runs come across in the top of the 5th. The game now tied up, but the strikeout will end it. Strand 3 runners in the top of the 5th. And game tied up. Next level, needing again to come back and break it. To recap that inning, 1 hit, 2 runs. Both of those earned. One of them is earned to Walters, and one of them is earned to Kasny. There were no errors, and there were 3 men left on. It is now a 4-4 game. What a game this has shaped up to be. Premier West proving to be a venerable opponent against this next level baseball team. They're looking for their first win. Pitcher now, the pitcher AJ Mata now looking at a completely different game, trying to protect a tie and get his team a little more time to get a lead. Reminder, they next level baseball out hitting Premier by 3 hits, 5-2. But the run's still the same. A lot of walks issued and errors occurring. Umpire and first base coach talk things over. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for next level baseball, the ULM commit, Bryce Meacham. Meacham not had a lot of, I don't think he's had a single, maybe he's had 1 ball hit his way and right. So not a lot of action outside of the base paths, but he does have a RBI ground out and an RBI sac fly. So he's 0 for 2, but with a pair of RBIs. I guess he's 0 for 1 because sac flies don't count to your, at-bats. 1-0. Mata delivers a slow one right down the middle. So 1-1 now. Meacham watches another one that just flutters its way down the middle of the zone. So 1-2. Mata giving him a whole bunch of slow balls. Finally gives him a fast one. It's off the plate, 2-2. Mata likes the signal. Delivers. Outside. Meacham says, you're going to fast pitch me. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Takes a minute to get back to the dugout. Calls time to make sure he gets set. He's standing right on the edge of that batter's box. The 3-2. Fouled off. He wanted all of it. He gets just a little. Meacham knocks the pellets off his shoe and goes back. Full count. It hits his foot. He'll take it. He swings that bat over to the dugout. And a hit by pitch will bring him on. It would have been a ball to walk him anyways.
Next to the plate, number 19, Jonathan Gonzalez.
Up comes the hitting machine, John Gonzalez. He is 5 for 6. He's batting 800 in this tourney right now with a tournament high 5 RBIs. Meacham, a very quick man on the base paths. Taken low, he will not go anywhere. So 1-0. Gonzalez has 5 singles on 6 times up. He has 3 runs and 5 RBIs. He has 8 runs accounted for in just the first 11 innings of this tournament. That's right down Maine, so 1-1. Meacham staying put on first, it seems, not giving a terribly large lead. Ball below the zone, umpire says. A breaking ball just a little bit low. 2-1. Gonzalez yet to hit anything more than a single, but he's hit pretty much everything from 4 different pitchers. He was taking a bunt. Seemed like a sacrifice bunt was possible, but he pulls back. Now 3-1. Might as well go hit. They'll either give you a meatball you can do something with, or you'll take a walk, as long as you trust your decision making. Mata gives him a slow one in the zone, so good pitch there, full count. All right, the full count to Gonzalez, the payoff pitch. Taking a long time. He delivers. That'll be high, and that'll put him in on second. So back-to-back walks from Mata, both on full counts. Gonzalez showing a serious amount of poise. And that'll bring up Chance Jennings. Jennings has a hit by pitch and a single so far today. He does have an error out in center, but he made up for it by the end of the play. Able to throw the man out at second. So they're going to go talk with Mata. Have a little conference. This is a pivotal moment in the game. Still no outs in this inning. Back-to-back walks on full count. Mata's going to leave the game. Coming in now, number 17, I believe I see. The first righty in this game. So Mata, depending on how this plays out, we'll see. He pitched 1 1/3 innings pitched. He had 0 earned runs so far. Both of those runs on the base paths with nobody out are his. And he got 1 strikeout swinging. So There we go. Bringing in the third batter. That was number 13. We'll look at the lineup sheet and tell you who that is in a moment. Ooh, this is Dimitri. Dimitri Mesnikow. Dimitri goes to high school in Broomfield, Colorado, one of the many suburbs of the Denver metro area. So the go-ahead run sits on second in the form of John Gonzalez, and another run sits on first, possibly, with the speedy Robert Meacham. Or sorry, other way around. Gonzalez on first, Meacham on second. Still nobody out. Ooh, off of the neck for Jennings. That had to hurt. The first pitch completely wild from the pitcher. So now the bases walked full, but not by next level. They'll get the exact same situation they gave out, except without the 2 outs, just none. So bases loaded, nobody out. A perfect scenario here for next level to take some lead, and that is smoked but foul. So hard hit ball curls foul for the designated hitter, Drew Nelson. Nelson is 0 for 2 so far in this game, but he did have an RBI ground out back in the third. That would give the team the lead nonetheless. So the 0-1 now to Drew Nelson. Bases loaded, nobody out. He smacks that one hard into shallow right. Will it land? It does! Now everybody's got to start running. They throw to the cutoff man, not in time. So Meacham comes in to score a single that just kind of bloops in just the right location. Maybe would have been playable by the outfielder, to be honest. That right fielder, Noah Carrillo, should have probably gotten that, but didn't come in quick enough. And so a single is recorded by Drew Nelson. RBI single. Bases are still loaded. Nobody out. The next level baseball team now takes the lead 5-4 in the bottom of the 5th. After giving up that lead earlier in the inning, they get it back. And now it's John DiBenedetto, who has been amazing both defensively and offensively in this tournament. If there was an all-tournament team, he would be a favorite for it already. He has grounded hard to first base both times he's gotten here. And to strike. So 1-1. Both times he's in this game, he has hard hit balls to first, which are just tapped out by Gunter. So 0-1 or 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. It says 0-2. I believe them. I think I just forgot to reset the balls. It was the right fielder.
Okay.
Meacham.
Just one.
Just one, yeah. Fouled off. Making sure it was just the one run that came across. So it remains 0-2. Yeah, because the bases are still loaded, so it was just one run that came. 1-2 to DiBenedetto. Just barely tapped it. You could hear it like a chime of a well done cuckoo's nest. Just a ding. So looking at a 1-2. I'm going to say cuckoo clock, but anyways, 1-2. Inside 2-2. I like the base running aggressiveness from Gonzalez. He gets at least a fourth of the way home and waits there before the throw is made back to the pitcher. He smacks that one into right. Handled cleanly. Gonzalez does not tag up, so the first out recorded. Nobody moves. Mesnicow able to get his first one. And the right fielder, Casillas, gets that one in the air. So now Garrett Stackhouse is back up. He is 0 for 2. Or 0 for 3 on the tournament, looking for his first hit. Something to do something here. To be fair, Nelson was 0 for 2, and he got his first hit with that RBI single. Taken high, ball 1. Got some very talkative birds. I'm sure you guys can hear them. I see it. That one is hit! Into center. Gonzalez tagging. He's going to run home. The throw home is off of the mark. Going to third now is going to be Jennings. So runners on the corners. Another run scores on the sac fly. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 5th. Next level leads by 2 runs, 6-4. That'll bring up the left fielder, Logan Chafin. He got a single, tried to steal second, and was caught his last time on the bases. Back-to-back outs here for Mesnicow. Quick pitch, taken high. 2-0. This has been a great competitive game, back and forth both ways so far. Premier West got to make sure they don't run out of gas, though. They've got to play Missoula. That's fouled off. And it'll go back to the cages. I believe it's... Is it 1-1? Okay. I missed the first pitch, I thought, but apparently I didn't. So 1-1 here. The offering. That's a strike. So Chafin now staring down a 1-2. Mesnicow does not have a K so far in this game. He does have back-to-back outs, though. Swing and a miss. Dropped, but the base is occupied. So that'll be the final out. Mesnicow, Dmitry Mesnicow, he goes on, makes the out, and ends the inning. To recap the bottom of the 5th for Next Level Baseball, they get 1 hit. They score 2 runs. Both of those runs are earned. There are no errors, and 2 men are left on base. Making it 6-4. They now lead yet again by 2 runs. Coming back out is going to be Buckets Kasny. Top of the 6th is upcoming in this back and forth game. It is 1:07 local time, 3:07 back in North Carolina. And the same time here, 3:07 or 1:07 for this Arvada, Colorado team. Leading off this inning will be the only man not to come up to bat in the 5th. That is Kenji Bray, the shortstop. He's reached on a pair of errors, which is statistically improbable, but it did happen to Andrew Quarter last game, so kind of strange that happened twice. He got out trying to take an extra base at the end of the 4th when Jennings gunned him down. So Kasny gives him one, chopped off for a foul. 0-1. Kenji Bray, a student at Ralston Valley High School. They beat my high school football team. It was very sad. And then we played in the playoffs and we beat them. So, you know, who got the last laugh? Fouled off 0-2. I went to Grandview High School in Aurora, Colorado, another suburb on the opposite side of the of the Denver metro area. The 0-2. A little bit high, 1-2 now. That's strike 3. Kasny finds the zone. He puts it in. And that'll be a strikeout looking for Kenji Bray. That's the second strikeout looking here today for Kasny. That'll bring up Max Trujillo, who popped out to start out the 5th. First pitch is swing and a miss. So 0-1. That'll drop. It'll be a ball. Those Missoula Mavericks not wearing red, luckily for everybody. That one is popped foul. It hasn't been that big an issue today, just because you know who's hitting and who's batting, as opposed to like basketball when everybody's in play at the same time. Baseball, it's a lot easier to handle, but this is a very similar uniform matchup here, as I'm sure everybody can admit. Pitch is going to be launched into right. That'll be a single. So, a drive gets down. Single there from the second baseman, Max Trujillo, his first hit of the tourney. Kasny now up going to Brennan Gunter. He hit a drive into shallow right where DiBenedetto tracked it down, made a spin, and a great play to get it to first in the out. That was in the last inning. DiBenedetto not playing any sort of shift at the moment. And with a slight lead is Trujillo, the second baseman. Trujillo from Golden High School, which is kind of metro area. I guess it'd be the same way you would say, same way you'd be able to say that San Jose is kind of in, that's a stupid example. More like Tacoma is in Seattle, because it's right next to it, and it's pretty much there, and they share a lot of people, but they're not made around one another. That's popped up into center, and caught by the left fielder. So Chafin makes the out number 2 recorded. That'll bring up Nolan Engel. He started out this whole thing back in the 5th. He got the single that made the manager for Next Level Baseball pull Cale Walters and bring in Buckets Kasny. Called strike. Good pitch there. Hits the edge of the zone at waist level. Oh, 1. Popped away. And that'll make it 0-2. Kasny on the verge of another strikeout. He's gotten both of his so far looking. Could he surprise the batter? Throw one right down the pipe right here. Taken high. 1-2. Engel got that single into right in the last inning. Pitch. Ball. They say he's safe. He held up on the check swing. Engel able to abort out of swinging at that. So 2-2. Fouled. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Buckets Kasny swipes it, able to fit it right through. Trujillo is stranded. Nobody scores in the top of the sixth. Next level still leads 6-4. They'll try to add to their lead, give Kasny a little bit more room in the top of the seventh. So, all right, here we go. That's the third strikeout for Kasny. He now has, well, and to recap that inning, one hit, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, one man left on base. It remains 6-4. The leadoff for this inning will be the leadoff for every other inning, or for the first two at least. Andrew Quarter. Quarter is 0 for 0, but he has three. He's drawn a walk every single time he's come to bat. And a leadoff walk is as good as a leadoff single. So he's doing a great job here. His father, Mark, is having his 50th birthday today. So being able to get him 2 runs, a steal, and 3 walks is pretty good. As well as playing a flawless third base so far today. The due-up is Quarter, Shin, and Meacham. Mesnicow going to come back out for the next inning. He finished out the fifth with 3 straight outs. This is the third pitcher that Quarter has seen. He's walked against the other 2. We'll see if he can walk against this guy. Dimitri set to pitch his second inning of work.
Coming to the plate, number 88, Andrew Potter.
Thank you all for tuning in. Several of you, I'm sure, from North Carolina, Florida, that whole area out there. By far the furthest team to come to that we have played this year. We played from a team from Bryant, Arkansas, which was the furthest to date. Somewhere near 1,000 miles. This is 1,500 between the two teams. That's a good pitch. Dimitri drops that one in the zone as it comes by on a slow. So 0-2. Quarter behind in the count. They grounds that one. High hopper to short. Throw to first. So the first time Quarter is out at bat. So he's 3 for 4 at reaching base. That'll be out number 1.
Number 82, Eli Shin.
We're gonna have Eli Shin. Shin is 1 for 3 on the day with a single, a stolen base, and a run. Trying to lead off here. Or trying to get something going for his team against Mesnicow in the bottom of the 6th. The only other team, the Pueblo Azteca, is 2-0. The Hard Hats will play 2 games today. They could end up going. They play against Papillion, followed by a game against Rocky Mountain High School to finish out the day. Pitch taken, and that'll be strike 2. Good pitch there. Mesnicow hits the edge of the plate on another slow ball. Hard Hats will play 2 turns. That one is flared into left. It's going to get down. The left fielder dove. He was trying to get it. Now, rounding second is going to be Shin. Shin's headed for third. The throw to the cutoff man there, and it'll be a triple for Eli Shin with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. First triple of the day for anybody in any of these games. But Eli Shin, a triple to start things out in the bottom of the 6th. Now comes up Bryce Meacham.
The hitter at number 43, Bryce Meacham.
Meacham is 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch, 2 RBIs, and a run. A very interesting stat line. You rarely see a 0-2 guy with 2 RBIs, and you rarely see a 0-2 guy with a run as well. So very interesting. Much less put a steal on that. 0-1. Mesnikow throws a slow one over the edge. That's his bread and butter. He just throws something in the high 60s, maybe even mid 60s that just flutters into the zone and gets a called strike. So 0-2 to Meacham. Meacham got the power to take this out of here. He drives it deep into center. Going back for it as a center fielder. It's over his head. It's going to bounce to the wall. Now Shin just trotting in. Headed for third is Meacham. The batting helmet going to run off of him. The throw to third is high. It gets away. High bouncer. Meacham celebrating on third. He got a triple. Back-to-back triples for Next Level Baseball. They make it 7-4. How about that? Rarely do you see triples in succession. That one to center field. Just got over the head of that center fielder. Meacham's speed, able to get him around 2 bases extra. He said, sit on fastball, adjust, and see it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez is now tied for the most RBIs out of anybody in this tournament with Bryce Meacham, who with that hit is now up to 5 as well. He's also possibly going to be that go-ahead RBI in the race for most with Gonzalez. Gonzalez got the man on third with 1 out. Mesnikow gives him one. It's smacked into the left field corner. Now going around to second is Gonzalez. He steps on the bag. It's picked up, thrown in. That'll be a double, RBI double. Gonzalez is now an incredible. He is now 6 for 7, batting over 850 in this tournament. Next Level starting to pile on these runs. Not going to be a close thing possibly in the 7th. They're not putting anything into doubt. That's 3 consecutive extra base hits by this team. A triple, and a double. Nobody has a homer. That's all that's really left to do. And now comes up the center fielder, Chance Jennings. He has a pair of hit-by pitches and a single. So he's 1 for 1. He's reached base all 3 times he's been to bat. And he has a stolen base as well. No runs somehow. And no RBIs also somehow. 1 out. Jennings pops that one away foul. 0-1 now. The Missoula Mavericks are sitting in the shade watching Premier West, seeing what they could pick up on. They'll play them right after this. Grounded up the middle. Good play there by the shortstop. Throw from his knees. Not in time. And it gets away. Running home is going to be Gonzalez. Backdoor cut works. They're going to second. Jennings caught. So, out number 2 recorded. Jennings got caught, headed for second on the throw home. Gonzalez comes around, though. He will practically steal home, and it is now a 9-4 game. I'm going to mark that an RBI single and a caught stealing. And Gonzalez comes around. They're going to Mesnikow now leaving the game. Dimitri Mesnikow goes, how many outs? That's 1 2/3. He has 4 earned runs, 4 earned runs. Right? No, he has 3 earned runs. All of which happened in the bottom of this inning. And he got 2 strikeouts looking. So he will do that. The man saddled with the loss in the event that Premier West is unable to come back will be A.J. Mata, the reliever. The man who would collect the win for Next Level Baseball would be Ryan Buckets Kasny. So, Drew Drew Nelson back up. He got his first hit of the tourney with an RBI single with the bases loaded in the bottom of the fifth. He's now here in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs, getting his turn again. Bases empty this time. All right. Drew Nelson up to bat, bases empty, 2 outs. I forgot to, that's number 43. That is he's been playing the field. That's Mateo Rouse. Mateo now on the mound. He throws a ball for his first pitch. He's the 4th pitcher being thrown in this game, which, considering they're about to play another, and it's a 5-day tournament, it's kind of crazy. That one bounces back fair, but it doesn't matter. It bounced foul in the first place. So 1-1 here to Nelson. Nelson is 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single in the last inning. Pitch. Finds the zone. 1-2. I know a Rouse that lives up kind of close to Golden. A co-worker of my mom's. Maybe somewhere related. That one has popped up. The right fielder wants it. And that'll be it. So the inning ends. Bottom of the 6th finishes. And we will head into the top of the 7th. The last turn. We forgot an out. Because the first out was the ground out by Quarter, followed by the caught stealing of Jennings, and then that fly out's number 3. Yeah, okay, they agree. The umpire, the man on the scoreboard operator missed one. I believe they probably missed the Jennings because it was such a wild play. So, coming out for possibly the last time of the day will be this next level baseball team. A lead 9-4 entering the top of the 7th. To recap the bottom of the 6th. Next level baseball got 4 hits, 3 of which were extra bases, 3 runs. All 3 of those were earned to the likes of Dmitry Mesnikow. And there were no errors. There was nobody left on base. And it became a 9-4 game. So after a little bit of a spook in the top of the 5th where the game got all tied and the bases were stranded, loaded bases were stranded, that is going to be enough. Is this Kasny? This is not Kasny. A new man coming in. I believe I heard that one correctly. Zach Folan's now in to finish off this game. He is the 3rd pitcher for this next level baseball team in this game. The man who precedes him would earn the win. That is Buckets Kasny. Kasny went 1 1/3. He came in relief of the starter, Cale Walters. And had 1 earned run. And struck out 3. He would be the man in line for the win, though, because the game was tied in the top of the 5th. And he was the pitcher on the mound. So to close things out, not actually closing situation or a save situation, Zach Foland. He will face the top of the
Players
order,
to the slightly jersey.
so starting out with
Number
Toby Trujillo.
0.
Looking to become the second 2-0 team in this tourney. Just 3 outs more for Next Level Baseball. Premier trying to claw away at this. Snag a win from the jaws of defeat. So 1-0. That is hit high into the foul territory of right and into the visitors' dugout, or the visitors' bullpen and foul. So 1-1. Premier West will get to play the 0-2 Missoula Mavericks after this, which in the event they cannot come back would be a good solid game to pick them back up against another 0-2 team. That's Missoula's only game of the day, though. 4 pitchers thrown here for Premier through 6 innings. That's a strike, so 1-2 now. For Folland. Taken low. 2-2 now. Thank you all for tuning in. Glad that you guys are enjoying all the way out there, and for some of you in a slightly closer area, but not incredibly close, Arvada, Colorado, just the general Denver metro. I've made the trip from Denver to Rapid City a few times now. That'll load the count. All right, full count now. Folland delivers. Swing and a miss. Speeds a fastball right past him, and that'll be out number 1 here in the top of the 7th.
Number 2, Dalton Berg.
Toby Trujillo strikes out for the second time, the first time swinging today. That'll bring up Dalton Berg. Berg got a walk, reached on an error, has 1 run and a ground out. So he's 0 for 1 with a run and a walk. Not on the same at-bat. Pitch is going to be flared into left. Going back for it is Chafin. It's going to get to the wall. And moving around, you'll stay at second. A stand-up double there for Dalton Berg. Not going away without a fight.
The double brings up number 43, Mateo Rousey.
That brings up Mateo Rousey, the new, the shortstop, but who just pitched 1 inning or 1 out of pitching on the other side of the ball to end off the 6th. Folland, 2 more outs. Premier trying to start a rally. Taken off the plate, 1-0. Folland delivers. That's right down the middle, so 1-1. Folland steps off, claims he needs a little more time. So 1-1 to Mateo Rousey. Pitch. Ball off of the plate outside, 2-1. Might add the catcher Stackhouse called a great game so far. The 2-1. In the dirt. 3-1 now. Folland at risk of walking the 3-hole hitter. The pitch. Off of the plate. So 2 men on, 1 out here. Premier West starting to mount a little something. So men on first and second. Nate Hutchison, the cleanup man, is now up. He got an RBI walk earlier, still yet to get a hit in this tourney. Pitch. In the dirt. Ball 1. Missoula starting to get up from their spot, watching the game. Fouled off. Strike 1. They're going to go over, get to their bag, start pulling out gear. With 1 out here in the top of the 7th. They'll could be up next. Oh, not a balk, but kind of close there for the pitcher. Folland steps off. I thought he had maybe started his pitching motion. That is off of the plate. 1-2 or 2-1. Premier West showing a lot of poise. Playing this game to the last out. Fouled off, make it a 2-2. Left fielder Chafin gonna get the ball, throw it back in. So 2-2. Stepping off is Folland, who wants a reset. Two men on, top of the 7th, 1 out. The 2-2 is going to be lined right over to the third baseman. He throws to second. That'll be it. How about that? On his dad's birthday, Andrew Quarter able to snag that one out the air. Double play over to the second baseman, to Benedetto, and that'll be it. Next Level Baseball walks away with a 9-4 win here through in 7 innings. They advance to 2-0. They will be tied for first with the team they will play tomorrow, the Pueblo Azteca. Okay, they were in that inning. There were 1 hit, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left on base. And after all of that, where the game went from a Premier West lead back to a next level lead, then to a tie game, and then next level ended up finishing it off. The final score here in South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, is Next Level Baseball 9, Premier West 4. Premier West will get set for their next game, trying to get their first win. They dropped to 0-2 in this tourney. They'll play another 0-2 team, the Missoula Mavericks, who played 2 games yesterday, and we will be ready for all of that. Thank you all for joining us here on Hard Hats TV for this presentation of Firecracker Tournament Baseball. Thank you all. I will see you in about 30 minutes on that other stream, still on the same channel if you want to watch it. It is right there. Just wait a minute, and I'll see you all then. Final score, Next Level Baseball 9, Premier West 4.